Hello, I'm Faith, and welcome to Faith's Take, where I talk about anything and everything that I find interesting. And welcome to my little reaction slash review of the Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers movie. I had done a whole review of the first trailer, and then on a stream we did a couple weeks ago, I kind of did a mini review basically of the more recent trailer. I was like, how should I do a review? And I'm like, yeah, because the first trailer came out and I was shocked at how good it was. I really enjoyed it. I like the idea that I know it's just cell shaded, but at least they're doing some kind of effort in making one of them 2D through the movie, which I appreciate. They made it that Dale is 3D because of his surgery, so they worked it into the story. Like, even though I know it's just to appease people like me, I'll take it, because usually they don't do that at all. Then the second trailer came out with a disheveled Peter Pan, which I will not get into right now. It is all available online, but the story of what happened to the actual Peter Pan actor is pretty sad, so them doing a schlubby Peter Pan-esque character, even if that's not who it is, because I heard that it might not be who it is, still seems wrong. Now, my guess is that the writers were not aware of it. I highly, highly doubt people would do that on purpose. The problem is that no one in the line of creators and people that approved this, including Disney's marketing people, said, you can't do that. Like, that's a really bad look for us. No one did that. So that's, to me, felt weird. One other thing was someone said, oh no, well, this Reddit post or whatever or 4chan post from a couple months ago mentioned that character. So they might be right about other things, including like a young human character that comes into the film. And I haven't seen anything about that since then. So hopefully that was wrong. So I'm going to dive in and I'm going to watch it. And I wanted to have this up because one thing that'll happen is I'll watch a movie and I'll be so into it. I'm like, oh, I've got to remember to mention this. And then I don't, because I don't write notes as I'm trying to just watch. But I'm like, here, if I have it on video, then I can like hopefully not forget anything. So I'm going to watch it. Obviously, you guys are not going to see anything. Still a little salty about the voices. But I love John Mulaney, and I'm glad he's doing voices. I love him in Spider-Verse. He's my personal favorite in Spider-Verse, and there's like tough competition in that. So, we'll see. So here we go. Spoilers, possibly. Alright, I'm watching it on my monitor instead of my TV, so I have the nice big screen right in front of me for all the details, because I know there's a lot of animation junk in here. If there's too much Seth Rogen in this, like that last trailer made it seem, I'm gonna blow my brains out. No, I won't. But I'm not gonna blow my brains out over Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers, the movie. But, I'm just saying. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Fun mixed up castle with ominous music. Ooh, 1982! Let's go! 80s always end up in mysteries and dark stuff, though. Like, look at any modern indie horror game. Wait a minute, okay. If they met each other in 3rd grade in 82, instead of an 8 in 82, didn't Chip 'n Dale start it, like, in 1990? They would have been kids, right? So that means they're only, like, what, 15 when the show started? That's weird. Are there no other tiny kids other than the Chipmunks? That doesn't make sense.
Mind if I sit?
Oh, I like his polo.
Chip was so funny and thoughtful about everything, and I never thought about anything.
So already setting up Chip to be the better of the two characters, though, even though it's from Dale's perspective.
We were in the same grade, Chip.
Okay, what time are they? What if this is going to be? If the timeline of the show is the same as it is in real life of 1989, they would not have graduated high school yet.
About a group of little detectives.
That theme song's be rocking.
There was the adventure. Super fun. So fun.
Oh no! Why doesn't Dale like this? Does he just like the small stuff?
That's hilarious. What is
Oh
that?
no! He wants to be taken seriously. Oh no! Oh frick! Oh no! I didn't expect this.
I'm gonna be a super spy.
Oh, is he why the show breaks
What are
up?
you talking about?
Yeah.
You really have a new show?
Yep.
Well,
Oh no!
You talk to them.
The facial animation on Chip is pretty good.
I mean, everyone knows you're the favorite, and I'm just the guy who gets hit in the head with a pipe each week.
Oh, okay, I will say, from what I remember as a child, Chip was my favorite. So he's not wrong. Everyone knows you're the favorite. I don't know. I feel like in a lot of childhood... No, I was very little. I wasn't even born when the show was originally on. I was only born when it was in syndication in the 90s. I remember Chip being my favorite. But I feel like a lot of kids would love Dale. Like, especially if the show is airing today. I feel like Dale might be the favorite because he is the goofy one. Dale's gonna be the reason it stops. Like, no wonder Chip's so salty in them trailers. I'm just gonna say, Like, I get it. They're supposed to be, you know how Rescue Rangers turned out. We're going through this really fast. But it's going so fast that I'm like, Dale's like, Chip always acting like you saved me. And I'm like, no, he hasn't. Like, we haven't seen, I mean, I guess because he's like all those years ago when I saw him, you know, when we were kids. And I'm like, yeah, but he's not saying that he saved you. He's just saying he became your friend and that evolved into you guys working together. It doesn't come off like that to me at all. Like, I get that also we're hearing it from his perspective, so maybe that's how they're trying to make it more sympathetic. It's from Dale being the narrator. So therefore it's like, oh, I feel bad for Dale. He just wanted his own thing. And I'm like, he didn't even talk to him!
It wasn't anyone's fault in particular, just one of those showbiz things.
No.
But
It was
now
Dale's
we're ready
fault.
to bring it back. Rescue Rangers 2.0.
Oh no, he's live on Instagram!
Now in new
Best wishes, Ugly Sonic. There you go, kid.
They didn't even give Ugly Sonic a real name.
You just gotta stay prepared.
Why is Lumiere? I'm sorry. In real life, Lumiere would not be strapped for money. In real life, Lumiere would be like ballin'. Like, you cannot tell me any of the Beauty and the Beast people. You cannot tell me any of the Beauty and the Beast people are struggling. Don't even lie to me like that. That is not true. Disney Afternoon people struggling? Sure. Ugly Sonic out here strapped for cash? Absolutely. Lumiere? Pfft, no, that's not even true.
Life is the worst.
Agreed,
Chip.
Chip.
Good insurance. Look,
Oh no!
the hard sell. It's my
Why is
job to
John's
pull the
voice
wool
so
off your
good?
eyes.
Like, not just as this, but in general. Like, just John's voice is really good.
You know, I'll take.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Employee of the Month, though. He's really good at his job. That's good. I wonder if that password of his locked gate is, like, of any significance. Like, if it's like a birthday or something. Oh no! Flounder's missing! Ah, I like the branding on the stuff.
Get over here.
Oh, he's got like a normal dog!
You've been cooped up all day.
Oh my god, that's so cute!
Yep, they always have to make the cartoons rap.
Yes. See, Chip so far is, like, could be wrong. Obviously, I'm sure they're gonna make it that he actually is. They haven't yet established that Chip is sad in this new life of his, which I appreciate, because usually it's, like, immediate, like, oh, I'm doing this thing, and I'm not passionate about it, and I just hate it, and that would reflect me when I'm not doing things that I like, but to have him be like, I moved on, and I'm settled in it, and I have a house, and a dog, and a job that I'm the best at, and I'm like, that's fair enough. Some people really do thrive better not in the spotlight, and maybe that's what it's showing, that Chip, like, moved on in a healthy way, whereas Dale did not, which would be fascinating, because usually it's just, like, it's all negative, and that could absolutely be where it's going, but they haven't shown us, like, oh, he's home and he's alone, so now he can be all sad. No, he's home and he's alone, and he's just, like, he's effing rapping chipmunks, man. So, I'm just saying.
You're gonna bootleg me.
Bootleg you? What is that?
Oh, bootlegging, what does it mean?
Up out there. I raise his mouth so he
What?
can scream, then to copyright laws, and then
No.
smuggle him overseas to a black market studio. Where
What?
he spend the rest of his life being forced to make terrible bootlegs.
Oh my gosh.
No.
That's really effing funny and sad. I'm not gonna lie. I hope if you guys can hear the lawn mowing outside, I apologize. Okay. That's terrifying, actually. Like, they're not just being kidnapped. Because being kidnapped for, like, ransom or whatever, or because they couldn't pay for something would already be one thing. Like, you know, we're gonna take your thumbs type of thing. We're gonna kidnap you, erase your mouth, it's body horror. We're gonna surgically mess with you to be a bootleg version of yourself and something else. That is effing terrifying. That's actually really good. Because that is scary. That's scary. That's like body horror, kidnapping. That's gross. Wow.
I know Gadget and Zipper missed you also.
Yeah? How are they doing?
Oh, they're great. 42 kids and counting.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What? Okay. That little thing in the club with Gadget and Zipper. Just that little bit of dialogue. I thought was kind of weird. I thought that was as far as it would go. Not them getting married and having 42 kids together. What? What? Of all the things to come out of the Rescue Rangers movie, that is like the last thing I would have ever suspected ever. Maybe they wanted to get ahead of the shippers and be like, that way she can't be with either this modern Chipperdale. You can't ship her with either of them because she's with Zipper. Oh my god. What the heck?
So you're not still mad about all the stuff with, Double O Dale and Rescue Rangers getting canceled?
Dale, shut up. If someone's like, hey, it's okay, then just shut up and take it. Also, my guess is Chip is like this in front of our other friend. I'm not going to make things worse for him than it already is, because it's pretty damn bad. So, Dale, maybe you should shut your mouth.
Nah, I'd be pretty pathetic to care about something from that long ago.
Oh, that's... Okay, I like that, though. First time we've seen Chip upset at all about it since it happened is just right now when he has to face Dale. He seemed happy in his life. He seemed happy to talk to Monty. I appreciate all of that. He seemed happy for Gadget and Zipper. That's good. I'm glad that they're not like, he's just a wreck since it happened. Also, Dale is like, hey, Monty called me saying he needed help. Does not say one word about, hey, Monty, what do you need help with? He's immediately like, so Chip, you don't miss me at all? You don't miss anything? Look at all this great stuff I'm gonna do. It's like, shut up, Dale. You're here to help a different friend. Get over yourself.
Yeah, right. Like that would happen.
Oh my god, no! No! Oh no, crying watching a movie with only his dog. I don't relate to that at all, especially not in this past week when Amphibia ended! Oh no! Aww. Maybe the problem is me. Maybe my problem is I'm like, damn it, that made Chip too relatable.
Take this to the lab.
Is that J.K. Simmons?
Friends of the victim. 6 missing tunes in a month and not one clue.
6 missing tunes in a month. Is this Utopia? Man.
Thank you. And thank you again for watching the show. It really means a lot.
You are gross.
I'll be in touch.
Didn't all kids in the 90s watch Chip and Dale? Aww, he's cute. I like how Dale's like, thank you for watching the show. And I'm like, didn't every kid in the 90s watch the show? It's like, it's making me seem like I'm the only kid that watched the show? Didn't everybody watch Chip and Dale? Granted, the only one thing that everyone always talks about is DuckTales. Like, even before the new one, everyone was always like, DuckTales, DuckTales. DuckTales was fine. Chip and Dale was better. I'm just saying, like, apparently I'm exactly who Dale needs to meet, because I'm like, yeah, yours was the best Disney afternoon show.
You have to try. No. What?
Oh, I like them climbing down things like actual chipmunks.
And we let him down.
That's cute.
We can't just...
Muppet fights.
Okay.
Muppet fight! Okay. I'm too easy of a target for a film like this. Like, I'm exactly who they want to be watching this movie. I'm sure it's like late 20s to early 30s is what they're looking for. And, oh my gosh, John Mulaney fans who are also of that age demographic. You can't make a Muppet reference and not have me laugh as long as it's not super stupid or inappropriate. So it's like, damn it. Oh, man.
All right, come on, get in.
Just, if I asked someone for anything, and he just suddenly was like, are you a cop? I'd be like, never mind, I don't want that thing from you. Like, if I... Because my question is, what if Chip and Dale were not on the case right now, and they were literally just, like, shoppers, and the guy's suddenly like, you a cop? I'd be like, never mind, I'm out, thank you very much. Just, jeez. Uncanny Valley, though. Uncanny Valley. Let's go. Just like I said it when the trailer was out, I still say the Uncanny Valley, brilliant. That's such a good way to use that, especially because CGI-ness is a plot point. Oh, it's so good.
Is he talking to us?
I can't tell. He's got those Polar Express eyes.
Yes! Yes! Oh my god! Oh my gosh, yes! Polar Express eyes are the worst. Everyone, when they're like, I love the Polar Express, I'm like, they all look dead. They all look dead. It just, oh my gosh, yes. Me and Chip here, we on the same wavelength. You know, I'm just saying. My favorite as a kid, favorite as an adult. Just, you know, and John Mulaney, one of my favorites, and he's playing, you know what? Just me and Chip, we got each other, but we got each other's back with the Uncanny Valley is what the Polar Express eyes are. Yes, love dogs, amazing. Chip is the representation I need.
You look old, bald, sad like a zoo gorilla.
Oh no, oh no. They are using the name Peter. Oh no. I love Will Arnett. Love his voice acting. I'm sure that for the role that was written for him, it'll be perfect. But this is not it, Chief. Like, is he already bootlegged? Oh no.
I got my big break when I was just a kid. I got
Oh no, they are making it really him.
world as the boy who wouldn't grow up.
Oh
I've never
no.
been so happy in my entire life. Then I got older, and they threw me away like I was.
No!
This business can
No, 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 no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Dude, no. Like, look, I was willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. Like, maybe you didn't actually know what happened to that kid. And this was all just written this way to make sense. Who knows? Maybe it was. But to literally be like, I got older, I started getting acne, and they threw me out like garbage. That's literally what happened. That was the beginning of the end for that kid. I'm not saying, and I will continue to say this, it's not Disney's fault that he fell down the hole that he did. That was not directly Disney's fault. Should they have honored him and his contract better? Absolutely. Or the ones that led to him doing some bad things he shouldn't have done? No. That's still a personal choice. Them putting that in this film, though, feels so... I'm, like, sweating. That is so gross. Oh my god, I can't believe they actually did that. So far, I've actually been enjoying seeing the animation. I think actually a lot of the jokes, especially the dialogue heavy, the Chip and Dale interactions have worked. I think if you're not going to give them their chipmunk voices, that these guys are doing a good job with their voices. I think overall it has been fun, and I've been liking it. But for them to legitimately do this Peter Pan thing, whether it was a coincidence at first or not, is really gross. That makes me feel some type of way. Maybe they're supposed to be playing in, maybe they thought we'll play into the tragedy of it, you know? But either way, it comes off as weird. I'm going to try to not let that sour anything going forward so I can enjoy the rest of the movie and the actual plot, see what's going on. But, Lord, Lordy, that is not okay.
A few moments later.
I didn't think you cared about the show back then.
What? Of course I did.
No, yeah, of course.
Oh, no, that's a good point, though, because based on what... Chip thinking that Dale didn't care, at least at the time, about the show, because he was so willing to be like, well, I want to go solo. Nothing's going to happen to our show, but, like, I guess he didn't think it'd be canceled. But he was so willing to leave or, like, do other things that Chip was like, I guess he doesn't care, so I guess that makes sense. This is why you need to talk to people!
Have about an hour before anyone notices this van is missing, so shake a tail.
She stole a police van! Okay, never mind. She's totally she stole one of the police vans! Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe I'm not giving Ellie enough credit. Damn!
Hey,
Oh,
I know you.
that actually got me.
You are knowing it, brother. Now you do a rap on it, yes?
Oh, I don't know.
No, don't rap, for God's sake. Do not do that.
Encouraging.
Chip, I hear you, but I don't think we have much of a choice.
Oh, there's
No, don't, please. You can't. No, you can't. you can't make the joke about it's not hip and cool to rap as a cartoon, especially in the modern day, because they still effing do it. They will still do that to this day, and then make it happen. That's so awkward and weird. Don't do it, please. If you're not performing Hamilton, don't even bother rapping. Literally the only other rap I've ever was like, oh no, and then it actually turned out well, was Every Country Has a Monster and Mystery Science. That's it. And even then, it's like not really a rap. It's like a rap for the first like 30 seconds maybe, and then it's a song. It just, ugh.
Oh no. And I'm in hell.
Oh, wow.
Oh yes, I agree.
There's nuts, there's oil.
Because they played it early with his, okay, there you go, him punching in his own code did come back into play. That's smart. That he would know how to do the track of the pad because he has one in his house. That's smart. That's smart. But dear God, just making a joke about how terrible it is doesn't make the terribleness any better. I'm just saying, there's a way to be like, it'd be so terrible and stupid if this happened, have it happen, and have it be to the characters, stupid and terrible, but still be funny. It's the whole when SpongeBob annoys Squidward thing, and it works, it's because it's annoying to Squidward but funny to the audience. When it doesn't work, it's annoying to everyone. That's this. I'm just like, the rap is especially going to work because it's annoying to everyone. It's not just annoying to Chip and funny to us. It's just dumb.
I feel good.
Me too.
Aw, I'm glad. Okay, we're not even an hour in, and Chip is like, hey, thanks for making me do... They didn't wait till the end to have this conversation. Thank you. At least it's breaking a couple of things that are usual in these type of movies.
Yeah.
What?
Careful.
I love how they've let Chip and Dale into this cop situation instead of being like, hey, wait outside. What if there's people with guns?
Flounder.
Dang! This is actually really creepy! That's so creepy! I love the body horror angle. Because you can do it when it's cartoons, it's a little less weird than, oh, we're doing these experiences to humans, but it's still gross. I like that they're doing that, and just making it be like, hey, this is effed up. That's pretty good. Yay, Paul Rudd!
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah, hey, Chief.
Love your work.
Yeah! We got a Paul Rudd Ant-Man joking cameo. Let's go! Best movie ever. 10 out of 10. Like, how do I not give it that now? The best Avenger was the Avengers cameo. How do I not give this movie a 10 out of 10 now?
Could have saved us both a ton of headache.
Oh no, he's just gonna. Oh no, dip! Oh, okay. I thought that's what he was gonna use. I was like, Chip's about to die!
Thank you, my love.
Looks like the
That's so. Who would have thought the ship to come out of this movie?
This is the end.
What? What? You've got to be kidding me! I can't even believe that! That score, though! Let's go! Wow, okay. So, overall, I liked it. Here's the thing. I'm totally okay with movies that do things you've seen before over and over. As long as they do it in a good way. I'm a fan of The Muppets. That's literally all their movies. The Muppets 2011. I really enjoy that movie. I love The Muppets 2011. Everyone's done it. That is half of what this movie is a group of friends that get thrown apart because of a show being canceled and miscommunication, and they don't see each other for like 30 years for some reason, and then finally it's time for them to get back together, and some people doubt it and some people want to do it. Like, that's literally what this is, which is probably why I don't mind it that much. And so it's a story we've seen before, and we've seen this exact type of mystery before. It literally is. Here's how to know if you're gonna like this or not. It is the Muppets 2011 movie mixed with Zootopia. It's like if the Muppets were coming together to solve the crimes of Zootopia, that is this movie. If you would like that as a movie, and with Chip and Dale as the characters, you're gonna like this movie. Animation was really fun. Yes, a lot of it you can tell is CG with 2D basically painted over it. But the fact that they even put that much effort into it when they could have just said everything's CG now because it's 2022, they didn't. They made sure that 4 out of the 5 Rescue Rangers look completely normal. It's just Dale that did that thing, that there's a ton of 2D people around, and that they did not skimp on the 2D because they now had that excuse to be like, well, a lot of people got it. No, it's almost all 2D, like cell shaded, which I appreciate. And all people are like, it's only cell shaded. I'm like, I'll take what I can effing get. Okay, I will take what I can get. With John Mulaney and Andy Samberg, I think they do a very good job. It's hard though, because like John Mulaney does a really good job, and John Mulaney's mostly the straight man in this. Chip is a lot more just dry, and you know, is level-headed and all that, and so that's very interesting to see him doing something that's not like jokey joke. Not just because he's a comedian, but like Spider-Ham is my personal favorite in the Spider-Verse film, and I absolutely love him in that. I think his voice acting is fantastic. And so I was hoping he'd be good in this, and he was able to play the straight man very well. It wasn't like, because there are some comedians where like you put them in that role and you can tell they're like upstage, and you're just like, bruh, calm down. Like, you know, it's okay to play a character that's a little less that. And not to say he didn't have energy and stuff, but Chip is supposed to be more subdued. And I was like, I mean, I guess we'll see. Based on the trailers, you can even tell. And I'm like, I mean, I love John Mulaney, but I guess we'll see. And I think he did a really good job. And then Andy Samberg did a good job, but he's the only other voice I really know him for is, what's his name, Johnny, in the Hotel Transylvania movies, who is the wacky out there one, and is like really, really high energy. And so it's like, of course he's going to do a character like that and do it well, because that's what he does. The rest of the cast was good. Like, everyone made sense. Everything worked. You know, Will Arnett is always good, especially as a voice actor. I mean, come on. I mean, you hire Lego Batman, you're gonna get good. J.K. Simmons, who I did not know was in this movie, that was a fun surprise. As soon as I heard his voice, I was like, J.K. Simmons! You're probably gonna see that clip before this anyway. But that was really cool. So it's like they had a good cast of everyone. Kiki Lane, who played Ellie, was surprisingly good. Human characters in these movies, sometimes they're necessary. Like in Sonic the Hedgehog, it's necessary to have a human character because Sonic is the only otherworldly character we're seeing, and he needs someone to bounce off of. So you need that human character. But then there are others where the human characters can take up too much screen time or not make as much sense plot-wise, and you're kind of like, if you could cut them out, they shouldn't be there. And so Ellie, I'm like, they're kind of writing her in so they could have a cop, someone in on the police force, but do they really need her? And they ended up using her actually in a way that worked. In ways that are cliche and have been in these movies before, but they did make her a necessary part. It wasn't just, I'm just here to be the fangirl that gives you like one piece of information that could have been written out. They made sure that you couldn't really just write her out, which I appreciated. Because there are a lot of films like that, including some Muppet movies, where you could kind of cut around some human stuff and it wouldn't be as important. And they made sure not to do that with this one. I think that John and Andy both bounced off each other well. Like, I don't know if they recorded anything together, probably not, but it's like they made sure the writing worked enough for the two of their personalities to, like, of the characters to really bounce off each other pretty good. There were a couple jokes, like you gotta have some kiddie jokes in there every once in a while, but it was written a little bit more adult, I would say. Not adult in, like, scandalous, but adult as in a lot of the dialogue, like a lot of it, is more for older kids and adults. It's been a long time since I've been a kid, and I'm not trying to underestimate kids at all, but it's like there's a lot of, like, body horror in this thing, which I guess we'll get into the plot then. The emotional core of the movie is Chip and Dale splitting up. We get to see them split up, which is different than, like, the 2011 Muppets. When Dale wants to do a solo show, and he's like, nothing's gonna happen to the Rescue Rangers, so of course Rescue Rangers gets canceled because of that, and he wants, like, his own pilot, and then that actually doesn't go anywhere at all. You can see why Chip's really upset, and you see them meet as little kids, and that it's all from Dale's perspective, and you see that Dale was alone, Chip was the only friend he had, and Chip's like, you're funny, you just need, like, your timing was just off, and that's why the other kids didn't laugh, and he, like, helps him, and Chip kind of leads the way, I guess. Dale feels like he was second to Chip. Chip is always right, he's known as the smart one, and I'm, like, the goofy one, and that's true, but he kind of puts that onto Chip and not the writing of the show itself. Which I get what they were going for. My problem is, in the flashback, you only see Dale's reaction. You don't really see Chip actually being selfish at all. You don't really see Chip actually, talking down about Dale or anything. He mentions them meeting, when I found him alone in the cafeteria or whatever. But to me, that didn't come off as, oh, I saved him, like Dale was taking it. That came off as like, that was the day I met my best friend. So I understand Dale misinterpreting that, but then later in the movie, it's kind of implied that, like, maybe Chip did take him for granted, and I'm like, really? Because we don't see that. I'm just thinking for the emotional core of the movie, and because it's kind of a dual protagonist. Like, Dale might be the narrator, but it kind of is. It's both. It's called Chip and Dale. It's both their movies. You gotta give Chip a little bit more of a voice, or give him more of a flaw in the opening, because it comes off as Dale just being selfish and being like, well, I just decided I don't want to be the goofy one anymore, so I didn't tell you anything. And it doesn't come off as like, but you weren't giving me, like Chip was actively withholding something from Dale. That's not what it came off to me as at all. So the whole first act, it just kind of seems like, Dale, this is all your fault. Like, why are you upset? Chip has every right to be salty because Dale is the one who, like, made all these changes, didn't say anything, and Chip didn't do anything to... As an audience member, I feel like Chip did not deserve anything Dale did in the first act. By the end, when they try to complete the emotional arc, they kind of make it like, oh, Chip, knew better, and he treasured Dale so much, but he should have said that. And I'm like... You didn't give me any indication that he didn't, so it's that to me was the one thing of the emotional arc is I think Chip should have been set up better to show him being flawed as well. When you get into the real plot, there is a problem. You probably saw the clip earlier. It's not good, the way they set up the bad guy. Would be funny if it was literally any other character. They just picked the worst one to do it with, given the real life implications. Ignoring that, I said my piece earlier, ignoring that, the actual plot of the villain is scary as heck. Because it's one thing even to kidnap people. It's another thing to even kidnap people and force them to act for you. It's another thing to erase their mouth so they can't scream, put them through a machine that gives them forceful body horror surgeries, and then, I guess, give them their mouth back, and then force them to act in bootleg films, like, while they're kidnapped. That is so gross. That was actually a really good bad guy plan, because it's disturbing. It's like, ew, that's just yuck. It's kidnapping, it's body horror, and it's like, basically, you work for me now. And I'm like, that is terrifying. Good, but terrifying. So that's the thing. It's like they actually had a really good plot for the bad guy. It just sucks that that's the character they chose. The fact that they picked Peter Pan to be the bad guy and the way they designed it. If it had been a still young Peter Pan, honestly, it would have been more horrifying. But then it also wouldn't have been the grossness of the real life implications. I would have even thought it was funny if you'd taken someone like Kermit the Frog or something and done it. Could have been funny, and you didn't. I liked how different areas of town were considered different. Like, here's our bright and sunny Main Street, USA, but it's like actually has a seedy underbelly that you don't really see. And then I love the Uncanny Valley stuff, just like the trailer. The Uncanny Valley idea, brilliant. I think that's really, really fun. And they didn't overdo it, really. It was just one scene and then the one character, and that was it. I'm glad that they didn't overdo Seth Rogenness too much, which I appreciate. But there are a few things where I'm like, just because you joke about it doesn't make it any less cringe. Like, Chip makes a really good point earlier about Alvin and the Chipmunks, like, you always got to make the cartoons rap, even in the 2000s, and I'm like, it's exactly what it is. And then, of course, there's a scene where Chip and Dale have to rap, and they make it like a joke, but it's not funny, because it wasn't written well enough to be funny. So that, to me, is kind of like, you can't make a joke out of something. If you're not going to follow through in a way that's genuinely funny, it doesn't just come off as ironic, it also comes off as cringe. So, they could have done a little better on that one. I think the visuals for the film overall were really fun. There were a few shots where I'm like, ooh, like that. Some of the animation was a little every once in a while. The lighting, though, was really good. And some details, like there's a scene where both, I'm not going to give any details, I guess, but Chip and Dale are both supposed to be wet. And Dale, having had the 3D surgery and being a newer style of animation, looks wet. Chip does not. But back in the 90s, you could have the characters go through a rainstorm, a flood, whatever, and they're dry immediately. So I thought that was a cool detail that he looks dry, but but Dale is clearly wet. I thought that was fun. I don't know how long this video already is. Probably too long. So I'm just gonna sum up, I guess, real quick. Overall, really like the characters, really like the voice acting. I think it was really, really well done. The animation was super fun. I think that for the budget they probably had, I think it was well done. I think that the way they did the lighting and stuff was well done. I feel like it actually worked out way better. Like, I think it's a lot closer to what I thought it was going to be and what I wanted from the first trailer than when the second one came out. Again, squicky with the Peter Pan stuff, but otherwise, it was really good, and I feel like it was all done. I feel like it was all done with the best of intentions. Should someone to stop that? Sure. But I feel like it was all done with the best of intentions. I actually ended up thinking that that was a really good version of one of the human characters, if you're going to put him in like that. I think that was one of the best ways to do it. I think that all the couple of twists that there were, while cliche, like, now, I feel like in a mystery, when you point that out, it's a little better. And again, it's all down to delivery. It's all down to doing the Roger Rabbit stuff, doing a continuation of Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, making it that they were actors and that this was their job and they split up and coming back, having all these layers and things that are cliche over and over. Again, I can see why you wouldn't like that. I could see my sisters thinking this is because it's not that original. But for me, it's not about being original even, it's how well you execute it. Sonic 2020 is not original, but I enjoy it because of the characters and because of the writing and because of what they did with it. Same thing with almost anything the Muppets do. Is the Muppet Show, Fraggle Rock, totally different because those are their own individual shows. Look at any Muppet movie and tell me that hasn't been done 1,000 times. The Muppet movie, the gang's all getting together, Great Muppet Caper is a mystery, Muppets Take Manhattan, we're trying to make it on Broadway and we can't, and the group splits up. Christmas Carol and Treasure Island, literally 2 different movies based on books that have existed for 100 years. The Muppets only do things that have been done before in terms of film, but it's all down to how you do it. And that's how I feel Chip 'n Dale is that it's characters, and I'll admit, unlike the Muppets who get to keep the original performers, these were celebrity comedians doing the voices. But even for it being celebrity comedians, they tried to put a lot of heart. They tried to put a lot of personal story and issues, like, falling out. Like, falling out is a big deal, and they take it seriously. It's not just played as a joke. Also, 2 things I love. One, I loved Chip's dog. Him having, like, a real dog, and her being so cute. That was fun. And he just loved her so much. That was really cute. And so, there was that. And then, on the other side, though, Rudy, my own dog, is, like, he's just, like, stretching and making, like, sounds, and I'm like, stop it, I'm recording. I don't know if they did this just because it was funny. I don't know if they did this because they're like, there's some simps and some shippers out there, we want to nip this in the bud right now. They have Gadget, there's a scene in the flashback, there's like a line between Gadget and Zipper when all 5 of them are at the club dancing or whatever, and I was like, that's kind of weird, whatever. And then when Chip goes to see Monty at his place, he has like a Christmas card from them, and not only are Gadget and Zipper married, they have like 42 kids. And I was like, excuse me? I was like, wait, what? I don't know if that was just because it was funny, or if they did, well, A, it's funny. B, it gets them out of the story a little bit. It's like, well, they have kids, they're busy, so we're just gonna like, so it kind of gets them out of it. And now shippers can't be like, Gadget should be with Dale, Gadget should be with Chip. Like, you can't be doing that because she's married. So don't stop making it weird. We made it weird enough by making it Zipper. They have kids that look like that. It's weird. It's bizarre. I think it's hilarious, but it is weird. But then they do come in the final act. They become clutch for Dale. I thought that was great. I thought that was really sweet. I thought that the writing of them was really sweet, really on point. That they helped Dale, both of them, drop of a hat. They did not care. They were just like, oh, absolutely, anything for our team, blah blah blah. Like, it was really well done and executed to where it was funny at first, and you're like, oh, that's funny, and an easy way to write them out. And I'm like, they'll probably come in by the end. We'll see. But then to have them not just come back and be important, but also to like have them actually act like a married couple was really, but in a good way, not the cliche when married couples hate each other. This is like Cosmo and Wanda, like in the original seasons of Fairly Odd Parents, where they just love each other. Like, it's really sweet. So overall, I really enjoyed it. For what they were going for, I feel like they did it. I see a lot of people loving it and a lot of people criticizing it. Anything is valid, you know, when you put a film out there, absolutely valid criticism exists. I've criticized things myself. I've built things up like this as well. I think it was fun. As someone who enjoyed the first trailer but was worried by the second one, I think overall it works really well. I think if you're able to forgive the one or two uncomfortable things in it that, again, I don't know the backstory of, so I don't want to be too harsh, it still works. I really enjoyed the characters. Chip was my favorite when I was little from what I can remember, and Chip was my favorite in this one. He did have an advantage being voiced by John Mulaney, I will say, but I think that it was written well. It also being the dry humor one and a lot more just purely dialogue based humor. That's my thing. So, the kid who loves riff tracks and mystery science loves dialogue and dry humor. What? So it's not meant to be something cerebral. It's not meant to be something that changes the game. It's a continuation of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers as if they'd been actors and it was a show they were in. It's a new way to see it with this new set of eyes, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope you do too if you get the chance to watch it. It's free, it's on Disney Plus, so if you have Disney Plus, it's free, I should say. And I wouldn't mind if they took this same crew and did more Rescue Ranger stuff. I doubt they will, but if they did, that'd be really cool. Disney, if you decide to put out Chip and Dale plushies based on the film, like that with them in the costumes, and especially Chip, like I will buy one. Chip to go with, to go with my John Mulaney Spider-Ham. Then I have both his animated, like, movie guys. So that would be really fun. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, if you've watched this far, because I don't know how long this thing is going to be. I hope you like the movie, too, if you give it a chance. And let me know what you thought about it if you did. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.